Hi everyone, Namaste. Welcome to my channel. Happy Navratri to everyone celebrating. So today in this video, we are going to discuss about APIs. I wanted to discuss this topic because I think we are surrounded by APIs. It's so intensive. Every time you open an app or you do anything in your day-to-day lives, API just governs the way we are connected. So I just thought it'll be useful to share this concept with you. And this video is meant for like everyone who's just genuinely passionate about this field of data or the technical world in general. I'm not going to go into any technical depths or so in this video. So let's just get started. So to get things started, I just thought why not ask ChatGPT, and let's see what ChatGPT said when I asked it what an API is. So you can see my screen where it says that API is a set of rules that allows different software applications to communicate with each other. So there are two words or keywords that you need to know that will help you understand this concept. So the first one is rules and protocols and different software applications. So this is and then it has given some examples. But let me just break down what does this mean. So let me just give you an example as to what an API is and how things happen. So like imagine you're at a restaurant and you just want to make a payment. So you use Apple Pay, and Apple Pay pays the money to the vendor and job done. But like to illustrate what happens is in the background is Apple Pay basically connects to your bank, and then the bank gives the response to Apple Pay, and the money goes to the vendor. But here you see there are as here we said two different software applications. So the first software application involved here is Apple Pay, and the second is your bank. Let's just take it as Scotia Bank. So here two different systems, two different heterogeneous systems are communicating with each other and giving a request. And how is this communication happening? It's happening on the basis of set of rules and protocols. So imagine what so let's just talk about why do I mean different. What is this heterogeneous? How are they different? They are different in the context that Apple Pay is an entirely different entity, in a sense that Apple Pay has its programming logics, its entire system, its database built on build on tools that are unique to Apple Pay. So Apple Pay can have its database on Snowflake. Apple Pay can have all its programming logics and everything functions written in Java. Whereas Scotia Bank, it's another different entity altogether. They might have their database on Google Cloud, and they might have their coding or whatever functions logics written in Python. So here you see two different systems are interacting with each other to give you a result, which is the payment to the vendor. So what can happen? Let's just get more into this. So Apple Pay might have some functions that will first identify if this person is genuine. They might have some logic to check whether you have your user ID is correct, if your pin is correct. After it has verified all that, which is just written in the form of some Java functions, and then it is going to request to the second entity, which is a Scotia Bank. Scotia Bank is an entirely different entity altogether. It has its code written in Python in our case for the sake of an example. And Scotia Bank will have some other functions. Will check, okay, if this user ID is correct, if this is the actual person, if the account balance that suppose if the amount that is requested is well within the permissible balance, it'll have that logic written in Python. And then if like there can be 10, 15 logics written, and same for Apple Pay, you'll have so many logics written. So after these things are fulfilled, then finally your Scotia Bank will confirm to the request made by Apple Pay, and will send back the money, and the money goes to the vendor. So you see how does this overall cycle work? Two different systems written in entirely different languages, running on entirely different databases, like two different systems that two systems that are so different. They're working together, they're communicating amongst one another through a set of rules and protocols, and then fulfilling the request. So this is what an API is. So the rules and protocols written in the case of Scotia Bank are written. They are made available in the form of APIs, so that this Apple Pay can access it. And that's how interconnection works. because you can't expect Apple Pay to tell Scotiabank that, hey, can you just write your all your programming languages and logics in the same language or same way that I have written? No, that's not how it works. So that's why entities or systems, develop these sort of APIs or protocols that allow it to talk to any other system which is trying to access it. Now, you can take another example. So what do you think happens when you try to access google.com? You are essentially trying to you are sitting in your own local system, which is something different, and you are trying to access google.com, which is nothing but another computer sitting somewhere else. It has a unique IP address, and then you are trying to make a request to that IP address, which has all the programming language, logics, and whatever it is for google.com, and you're trying to access that. And when you make a Google search, probably some logic is running in the background wherever google.com sits, and it's returning that request in the form of the result that you see when you search google.com. So if you search data science or xyz on google.com, you get a set of results, right? That's how does it happen. You make a HTTPS, which is hyper transfer protocol request that allows you to access google.com. So in the end, it's just a bunch of protocol and hypertext transfer protocol. Sorry, my bad, I forgot what the full form was. So yeah, so and then you see how two systems entirely different are interacting. And one unique thing about API is that they are language independent. So it doesn't matter if you're like how we saw in the example, if you have something in Python and if the second system has in Java, or if the database is in XYZ, if this has in Google Cloud, it doesn't matter. You need to just specify your create some protocols that allow you to interact with some other entity which is trying to get some information from you. So let me just give you another example. So if you see my screen, if I write, this is a simple Python function, right? I want to, where I'm just getting the sum of two numbers. What if I want somebody, my friend in India or anyone in the world, to use and access this function? How do I do that? I can do that by using API frameworks. So there is probably in my next video, I'll try to delve into Flask, which is an API framework, which is a set of rules and protocols that will allow me to outsource this very function to anyone in the world. If anyone wants to use this function, they will be able to use it. So that was it regarding APIs. We are surrounded by APIs. Like the effect of APIs on our day-to-day app usage is pervasive. So that's why I wanted to illustrate this concept. And in the next video, as I said, I'll probably delve deep into this. How can you make this function available to all? So I hope you like this video, and I would be very happy if you show some support. Thank you. Bye.